Don't bring your dogs into kangaroo territory. Yeah, these Australian powerhouses have a well-deserved reputation for getting jumpy around man's best friend. This one is even trying to drown the poor little fella. And it's not just your dog who's in trouble. You might be next. The last fatal kangaroo attack happened in September of 2022. A 77-year-old man was found badly injured on his property by a relative. The responsible for the attack was a kangaroo the man was likely keeping as a pet. The animal was preventing paramedics from reaching the man, so police had to shoot the kangaroo dead. But it was too late for the man, who died at the scene. Is there anything you can do to avoid such a fate? Follow these next steps so you don't end up trampled to death by an angry mob. Many people go to Australia with the sole purpose of meeting kangaroos. They're kind of a big deal. Whether in a petting zoo or in the wild, you should never, ever feed them. I don't care how cute they look. First of all, these are wild animals, and they must be able to find their own food to survive. And more importantly, giving them food can hook them on the stuff, and this addiction can lead them to violence, especially when given human food such as potato chips or carrots. Yes, carrots. That's because these vegetables are high in sugar. Once they taste one, they're going to chase that sugar rush again and again. Trust me, you don't want to be in the way of a desperate sweet-toothed kangaroo. Unless you're in the petting zoo next to a guide, you better stand back. Most of the time, a kangaroo will hop away if you approach it in its habitat. But if you get near its babies or make it feel cornered, it could turn aggressive. Some kangaroos can have been raised in captivity and then released into the wild. They could bite and scratch you while demanding food. On the other hand, they might not see you as a threat and start playing with you. And they like to play rough. How would you like a play date with this guy? It's all fun and games until the kangaroo starts flexing. If the marsupial aims to fight you, it'll begin to show dominance by pulling out grass, rubbing its chest on the ground, and tensing its muscles. If this happens, don't try to be a Chad. You need to act submissive. If you don't, this kangaroo will beat the out of you. Crouch down, avoid eye contact, and back away. Let out a short, low call for a grunt. This will tell the kangaroo that you're tapping out. It's how kangaroos admit inferiority to a more powerful male. Considering running away? Not your best option. Red kangaroos can hop at speeds of almost 60 kilometers per hour, and gray ones are known to reach 48 kilometers per hour in short bursts. Your best bet is to slowly retreat. Just make sure you don't turn your back. Try to find a tree, fence, or anything you could put between yourself and the road. If the kangaroo approaches, turn your body sideways, exposing a narrow profile to the animal, and protect your face and organs. But if the marsupial attacks you, drop to the ground in a fetal position. Kangaroos are vegetarians, so they're not trying to eat you, unless you have a carrot in your pocket, in which case. In 2017 near Melbourne, 54-year-old Debbie Urquhart was jogging in Westfield Park. Her morning exercise was violently interrupted by a surprise kangaroo attack. The massive creature knocked the woman down, pushed her down with its back feet, and clawed at her. Urquhart protected her head and stomach using her arms, which resulted in serious injuries. Debbie was screaming during the attack. The more she screamed, the more the kangaroo went for her. After about a minute, Urquhart stopped yelling, and the attack ended. It's unclear why the loud noise made it angrier, but we know kangaroos like to assert dominance, and screaming probably didn't seem very submissive to this one. Debbie hid in the grass and crawled away. Then she went home to her husband, who took her to the hospital where they treated her injuries. This attack was hard to prevent, as hundreds of people go jogging at the park, and the kangaroo came out of nowhere. In 2018 in Canberra, bus driver Billy Wilcox was on his way to work when he spotted what he thought was a dead gray kangaroo. Wilcox approached the marsupial and checked if there was a baby kangaroo or joey in its pouch. Before he could react, the animal sprung back to life and attacked Billy's face with its claws. Shocked and dazed, he managed to drive a short distance to his house. His wife was horrified to see Billy's face dripping with blood around the eyes. When he got to the hospital, doctors found his face lead emits and skin tissue torn. Billy was given a tetanus shot and had to undergo plastic surgery. Luckily, his eyesight wasn't affected, and he went back to work after 2 weeks. A park ranger from the area said these attacks aren't uncommon among injured animals. They can spring into action with great speed and cause some serious damage during their last moments, kind of like an Animal Kingdom Michael Myers.